Okay, let's look at partial differential equations. Previously, we've been looking at differential equations, that is the differential calculus. Today, let's look at what we call partial differential equations. So, partial differential equations involve equations of functions that has got more than one variable. For example, if you are told to get the volume of maybe a cylinder, volume of a cylinder is given as V is equal to pi r squared h. So in this case, the volume varies as the radius and as the height. So that's the function of two variables. We can also have got time of oscillation given as in an oscillatory movement or harmonic movement. Time for oscillation is given as 2 pi. Is given as 2 pi the root of L over G. So this function in this case, T is a function of L and G in that case. But for this volume is a function, V is a function of R and H. Again, we can also have the pressure of an ideal gas given as mRT over V. So in this case, pressure varies as R, it varies as T, it varies as V. Where R is just raised, so you can just have it varies as T and V. So this in this case, pressure varies as three variables. Another case that we have got the resonant frequency is also a function of multiple variables. Given that resonant frequency is given as 1 over 2 pi the root of LC. So in this case, 1, 2 pi, those are constants. So resonance frequency varies as two variables, that is L and C. So after knowing the examples of partial differential equations, we now need to know how to get their derivative. So the process of obtaining the derivatives of functions of multiple variables is called partial differentiation. Is called partial differentiation. If you obtain the derivative of a function that varies as more than one variable, we call it obtaining the partial derivative. And previously in differential calculus, that's the full derivative. D, given that a function is y, given as y as a function of x, so dy over dx, this is called the full derivative. But for partial, when for example y is now a function of x and h in any case, so dy over dx cannot be found. So we will get it called partial derivative. And the partial derivative is denoted with a del. Is read as del. This one denotes partial derivative. Partial derivative is denoted by what we call a del. So we say change in y with respect to change in x is called a partial derivative. So let's measure on the volume equation as our function that we will use to get the derivative. The partial derivative of different variables. For example, if you have got the change in volume with respect to change in the radius, that is change in volume. In volume with respect to change in the radius. This one shall be written as change in volume. Since h is also a variable, but we treat it as a constant, we'll say change in volume with respect to change in radius. So the del of V over del of R. So we treat h as a constant. So this one shall be given as d. We treat pi as a constant, h is also a constant. So we take the These are our constants. Then we get del of r squared over dr. So if you differentiate r with respect r squared with respect to r, you'll get it in this format. So this pi h is a constant. So differentiate r with respect to r squared with respect to r, sorry, you'll get 2r. So that is our derivative. So we can write it formally as 2 pi r h as the change in v with respect to change in r. So this one is what we call change in volume with respect to change in the radius. A second case that we can demonstrate is change in volume with respect to change in the height. We know that volume is given as pi r squared h. So change in volume with respect to change in the height, in this case pi r squared is treated as a constant. Pi r squared are treated as constant. So we have that our change in volume with respect to change in height is given as, you take the constants to precede, that is pi r squared is our constant, then change in h over change in h. So the derivative of that one, right, h with respect to h is 1. So this one shall give us pi r squared. So our change in h over change in volume over change in s is given as pi r squared. So this one and this one. So change in volume with respect to change in r and change in volume with respect to change in h are called first order partial derivatives. These are called first order partial derivatives. First order partial derivatives. So we've only differentiated the volume with respect to radius once. We also differentiated the volume with respect to h once. So we call them first order partial derivatives. Again, if you have got a function that varies more with two variables, for example, our volume here varies as r squared and h, where pi is our constant. To get the full derivative, the change in v with respect to change in r and change in h, we call it what we call the full derivative. This now what we call the full derivative. And the full derivative is obtained by change in v is given by change in v with respect to change in r plus change in v with respect to change in h. So if you sum all the first order partial derivatives, you will get the full derivative. So full derivative, we call this one full derivative of v is given by sum of first order partial derivatives. So you sum, that is dv, as we've demonstrated there, is given by dv over dr. So we multiply by dr, which is the full derivative, plus dv over dh multiplied by dh, which is a full derivative. And this one we shall mostly apply it when approximating the changes using partial derivatives. We shall apply this one when approximating the changes, and we shall do that one in our next video. The next one is now to get what about the I order partial derivatives. So we shall prove the I order partial derivatives. We shall still base on our volume function. That's what we shall use as our reference, as our volume function. So we've noted that volume is given by pi r squared h, and we found dv over dr as, if we differentiate this function with respect to r, treating h as a constant, we get pi r h. That is our dv dr. What about if you differentiate again this function such that you differentiate d squared of v over dr squared, it means that you now differentiate this function again with respect to h. You shall get, treating pi h as a constant, so you get dr over dr, that one is 1. You shall get pi h as your d squared over dr squared. And our d in this case is a del. Again, we found that v volume is r pi r squared h. And we found dv over dh. We found this as, you treat pi r squared as a constant, then you get dh over dh. So this one becomes pi r squared as our dv over dh. What about again if you now decide to differentiate this function further with respect to h again? So it becomes d squared v over dh squared shall be pi r squared is our constant, then d of 0 because we have got 0 v h there over dh. So and the derivative over 0 or any constant is 0. So this one d squared v over dh squared is equal to 0. So we've seen dr squared and dv squared. dv squared over dr squared we found to be this one, and this one, second derivative, we found to that one. So these functions, d squared v over dr squared and d squared v over dh are called second order partial derivatives. Second order partial derivatives. Those are called second order partial derivatives. And they are very interesting. We shall use them in applications in approximating what we call the starting points and the turning points of a function. The last part we are going to capture in this one is a derivative which is of different base but I order derivative. For example, given that, let's have got f of x, y is given as 3x power 4 y squared plus 2x squared y power 3. So that one is our function of x, y. Then we are told to find a d squared f solid over dx squared, b d squared f over dy squared, c d squared f dx dy, and d squared f dy dx. This is now very, very interesting. So we have got two different bases, but the upper part is squared. So let's solve the first one. It will be very interesting. We just apply the former formula that we had discussed from. So our f of x and y is given as 3x power 4 y squared plus 2x squared y cubed. So we first want to solve part A, that is getting the second derivative of this function with respect to x. So it means in that case we treat y as a constant. So our first derivative, that is d of f with respect to x, we treat wherever you see y, you make it as a constant. So we have our constant as 3y squared. To differentiate our variable, you just take the power, then the power reduces by 1. So it is 4 by 3 giving us 12. Then y squared is a constant. The power of x reduces by 1, that shall be x cubed. This case also the power of x is 2. You multiply here, it will be plus 4. The power of x, y is a constant, it remains there. Then the power of x reduces by 1. So that one will be our first derivative of that function with respect to x. Then the second derivative, that is d squared of f over dx squared. This one shall be, you solve just this one direct, you differentiate this function again with respect to x. So the power of x here is 3. You multiply by 12, you get 36. Then the power of x reduces by 1, it becomes x squared. Y is a constant, it still remains y squared. Then you come here, the power of x is 1. So you multiply 1 by 4, it still becomes 4. Then y cubed is a constant. The power of x goes to 0, and any number raised to power 0 is 1. So this one, you answered the first question. You treat a variable which is not of constant as a constant for you to solve it. Then we can skip B. Let's solve C first, because part of this solution is here. So C, we are told to get d squared f over dx dy. What is question of interest is means that you first differentiate function f with respect to y, then what the derivative you found, you differentiate it again with respect to x. So we first, the derivative of the function with respect to x is this one. So you differentiate this question again with respect to y for you to get the d squared dx dy. So you take this function, you differentiate with respect to y, and in that case you treat x as a constant. So you first bring the constant. The power of y here is 2. You multiply by 12, that is 24. Then x is a constant, you just maintain it as an x cubed. Then the power of y reduces by 1, it becomes y power 1. Plus, in this case, x is still a constant, the power of y is 3. So you take this power of y, you multiply here, it becomes 12. Then the power x is a constant, it remains y power 2, the power reduces by 1. So we basically solve d squared f of dx over dy. So what is very interesting here, you need to know what comes first. If dx comes first, it means that you first differentiate this function with respect to x. Then dy, what you found is what you differentiate further with respect to y. So we've solved A and C. So let's solve B and D at once and see how it comes back. We've seen that our f of x is given as this. So you differentiate the equation with respect to y. That is d of f over dy. So here x is a constant. The power of y here is 2. You multiply by this one, it becomes 6. Then x is a constant. It is still 4. Then y power reduces by 1. Here the power of y is 3. You multiply by 2, you get 6. Then x is a constant, it still remains, power of y reduces to 2. Then again, you now differentiate this question further with respect to y for you to be able to solve B. That one, x is still a constant, the power of y here is 1, y times 6 is 6, x is a constant, it still remains power 4, the power of y reduces to 0, any number raised to power 0 is 1. Then you add, here the power of y is 2. 2 by 6 gives you 12. X is treated as a constant in that case. Then the power of y is 2. 2 less 1, it goes to 1. So you solve for d squared, df squared over d squared over y. Then to solve d, it means that what you found here, you now differentiate it with respect to what you found there, you differentiate with respect to x. Because first you differentiate with respect to y, then you do the second one using x. So you differentiate this function with respect to x. And in this case, we treat y as a constant. So this y as a constant, you take this power of x, you multiply by 6, you get 24. So 24, the power of x reduces by 1, it becomes x power 3, y is a constant. Plus, the power of x here is 2, you multiply by 6, you get 12. X power reduces by 1, it goes to 1, y is a constant. So you solve both parts of the equation. You solve this one and you solve this one. So that is how interesting it is. To solve a PDE, you need to know which function you treat as a constant and which one you treat as a variable. And you do the steps simultaneously. So these functions, we can say this function d squared f over the x squared, the function d squared f over the y squared, the function d squared f over dx dy, and d squared f over dy dx are called second order partial derivatives. So in our next video we shall do mathematical calculations involving partial derivatives. Thank you.